Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to a new episode of Eve Echoes. Tonight on the show we are going to review, as far as our capabilities allow it to, the new ship from the YanJung ship tree. And this is the Battlecruiser. It was given away via email to all the participants in the test, and let's take a look at the ship information. The Can-Yue prototype. It's a battle cruiser, has one drone hardpoint, 4 high slots, 4 mid slots, and 5 low slots, with 3 combat rigs and 3 engineering rigs. As trait, has roll bonus, medium decomposer optimal range, medium 25%, 80% medium decomposer damage, +2 warp stability, 1 command burst module slots, so it can be used as a field command ship. And for the advanced medium decomposer upgrade, we get the medium decomposer damage 5%, 5% from medium decomposer optimal range, and for the advanced battlecruiser command bonus, we get 5% shield and 10% warp speed. And overall stats, flight velocity close to 160 meters per second. Warp speed is decent, power grid output nice, and a we could say large cargo hold capacity, but it's a fair game considering it's a battle cruiser. And the description is basically the same as the destroyer, the YanJung destroyer. Now, what can be stated as an opening? Well, for starters, I could apologize. It's not really an apology, but kind of correcting a mistake, a bug actually that has propagated. You see, I did a piece on the destroyer, which I found to be quite poopy, and it was. Mostly because I was experiencing an issue. The issue that I was having was that the optimal range for me was not working properly. I have no idea why is that. I have submitted a ticket about that. It fixed by itself once I invested some skill points in some other skills. The expert skills, to be more precise, apparently could be a bug related to the skills themselves. I am not sure yet exactly why. How the bug behaved was that I did maximum damage while in optimal range with the destroyer, but this is the expected behavior. If my range from my target increased, I started to deal 0 damage, even though the range exceeded just close to 2 kilometers. The damage went straight to 0. But that is an expected behavior, and that's how the decomposers should work. But below optimal range, I was experiencing the same damage output as when exceeding the optimal range, meaning 2 kilometers below optimal range, damage went straight to 0. As soon as I managed to toy around with some stuff, and I added into some skill points into the expert decomposer, small decomposers upgrades skill, the expert one, my issue fixed itself. I tested the ship, and it's indeed, like Captain Benzie mentioned, it's a beast. And given the fact that the YanJung ship line is no longer buggy, well, you might find some bugs. Of course, this is the beta test, and we should find bugs and report them. Given the fact that the ship line is no longer buggy for me, and I hope there's no issue with this one. Let me present to you the Battlecruiser and what it does. So, it has 4 turret hardpoints. You can fit the medium decomposer turrets, and has 5 low slots. Now, remember, it's EVE Echoes, it's not even line, so the tank fits on the low slots alongside the damage mods. The damage mods being the macro particle, let me click on this, the macro particle stabilizers, which increase the damage bonus, and I think that's that. Yeah, only the damage bonus, no range bonus. Might be interesting, but I think the range bonus can be added with tracking computers, if I'm not mistaken. So, the damage output, let's talk about that. It's pretty damn good. My skills are not, they're just the basic ones. I haven't didn't have a lot of skill points to invest into the medium advanced and the advanced medium upgrades for the decomposers. So my damage is poopy, but it's acceptable. I've seen screenshots on the Facebook group with people closing down near 1500 DPS. That's insane. Of course, glass cannon, no tank at all, just damage mods and damage rigs fitted, but that's a lot of DPS. Imagine a fleet of these, what they could do. So 693 DPS, which is pretty acceptable. The tank you would want to fit, because we want to talk about the ideal fit here. I didn't have any items, and the market's is pretty expensive. It didn't find any time to farm and collect stuff. Mainly I was focusing on delivering content to you guys and showcasing various features. The tank would be a shield booster, because shield boosting is OP, just like Sovereign RPG stated in his, I think his latest vid, in which he presented shield tanking versus armor tanking, and why armor is a bit crappier than shield tanking. So you want to fit this with shield. Basically, if we go to defense, you see that the shield HP is a lot bigger than the armor HP, so it's one area that you want to invest your tank with. It's an obvious choice. With ships that tend to have either shield tank or armor tank, and you can choose between them, you would notice that there's little to no difference between the shield hit points and the armor hit points. But since the shield hit points are a lot bigger, it's definitely a shield tank. So we've got a reactive shield hardener. This would be either this or, let's say, but no, the reactive shield hardener should definitely be here, because it's not like in EVE Online where you can fit passive resistances or specifically targeted resistances such as electromagnetic fields to boost the EM resistance on the shield. So the reactive shield hardener is just that. It's a replacement for the targeted resistance shield. So one of these is shield booster, and the extra slot that I haven't fit anything yet, you can choose between an adaptive invulnerability field, which gives you a broad spectrum of resistances altogether, or you can fit a damage control. Now the damage control gives you way less shield resistances, but gives resistances across all the ship, including structural resistances, armor resistances, plus 15% across a broad spectrum resistances for shield. Yup. So either give this baby an adaptive invulnerability field or damage control, or you can take another damage mod off if you have enough skills to get to a higher DPS and fit another tank module. Now for mid slots, we've got a drone hit point, hard point, sorry, in which we can fit a medium or a small drone. Why is that? Because it's a battle cruiser. The range is actually pretty big. I've seen people closing down near 57 kilometers. Mine is a bit crappier because of the skills, and we have only 37.5 kilometers. Now, with these in mind, and considering that you want to get rid of tacklers, this is not like the destroyer where the destroyer had 20 kilometers optimal range, and you would still be able to hit stuff within 10 kilometers. With this one, you'll definitely do absolutely no damage to anything orbiting you inside, let's say, a 5-kilometer radius with enough speed, so your tracking will be off as well. So the drone is aimed at exactly that, to get rid of tacklers. Now for the rest of the mid-slots are basically for E-War, so you can have like a capacitor battery to help with shield boosting, or you could have like, if I remember correctly, come on, okay, this ship does not have web bonuses, so the destroyer had stasis web bonuses, which allowed you to fit webs and to actually keep your opponent in range of your optimals. This one does not have any bonus at all for webs, but considering there's 4 slots, you might want to use them as newts. Now the neutralizers are excellent against tacklers. Why? Because they can cut off your opponent's entire capacitor, leaving them powerless, and guess what happens then? Your opponent's modules will deactivate, including the web, including the disruptor or scrambler, and including the guns if the guns require capacitor. So it's including the tank. So you'd cut off the tank and probably also the afterburner or micro warp drive, and your drone will deal vicious damage to it. Of course, if things are crappy, you might just want to get the hell out of Dodge. So neutralizers and a drone plus a web to keep stuff in place, maybe a disruptor too, maybe a faction disruptor. But all in all, I think this ship is another beast in terms of what it can do. Of course, you've got a lot of structure hit points. You might want to go into some meme zones here, but considering it's a faction ship, you don't want to risk that much. There's plenty of other opportunities to play meme tanks, like hero tanking, how it's called in EVE Online, which you basically just fit your ship with a troll fit to survive only by hull. You can get amazing effective hit points with a hull tanking, and you can catch your opponent by surprise. And remember, you don't need any harness, any other modules to increase the resistance, except a damage control. That would be the most important item on a hull tank fit. But we're talking about practical fits here, so shield tanking, active shield tanking with damage mods, damage rigs, and good guns, plus some newts, a web, and a disruptor, plus a drone. That would be the ideal fit, in my opinion. Please share your comments below if you think there's some other stuff that might be included and I skipped them or missed them. But feel free to leave any feedback and ideas about how you can make this ship amazingly good. So, on other terms and other ideas that we might tackle in our next episode, we might take a look into the corporation management, because we haven't had the time to look into that, and I really want to film how exactly you could set up your own corporation and start, I don't know, forming sects and gatherings of people and performing weird rituals just like the Blood Raiders, of course. Okay, enough with the jokes. We'll probably find some more jokes for the next episode. I'm pretty tired, it's been a hot day at work. So yeah, next episode, please be prepared to take a look at the corporation management and how to create your own corporation and how to I don't know, assign various roles. We'll see what kind of buttons and features we have there. It will be a first glimpse, because we haven't gone in that area at all. So I might be amazed, I might be disappointed. You might see my reaction, of course, on camera without the face, because I'm doing everything on a phone, so my face is absent. I cannot record a screen and the front camera at the same time, unfortunately. So, thank you guys for watching. A very big shout out to my channel supporters, and good lord, it looks so beautiful, but it's cut in half. Cheers.